for joining us on this lovely Sunday evening. And I gotta say, me personally, I didn't even really want to get up and host today. Because, you know, things have been a little hard, a little stressful. But I think now is the time where we lean into communities of really good people doing really good things and like focusing on those good things and making more of those good things happen. And so I kind of have a feeling, I have a little bit of a feeling tonight, I'm looking over here, I have a little bit of a feeling that if we work together, we can manifest something good tonight. Something like maybe a special guest host that will give me the night off and give you a sense of really happy joy of something really cool and make you have a really good night. Do you think we can do that? I think if we do like a drum roll, because this special guest host that I have in mind is like far away and we need to cue them to know to teleport here, okay? So I need a little bit of a drum roll. Give it in. All right, raise it up. Raise it up. They're coming in. All the way from North Carolina, baby. Welcome, freaking Samuel.
Hi, howdy, hello. How's everybody doing? Hey, Maya. Hi, if you don't know who I am, this is your first Out Loud event between March and now. Hi. First off, welcome. If you couldn't tell, my friends know me as Lucas. Professionally, I'm called Samuel, but tonight you can call me your host. If this is your first event, welcome. This is Out Loud Huntsville. Let me hear it again. Thank you, Jason. So what is this? This is our 20-spot open mic. Every person has 3 minutes. That is a hard limit. If you see the light and you're one of our readers, that means you've gone over that 3 minutes. Wrap it up pretty quickly, please. If you go way over that limit, someone's going to come on stage and politely escort you off. Please be courteous to our other readers here, please. This has been a little while. I think I'm going to kick us off with a poem. What do we say? Thank you. This poem is inspired by a friend of mine. Some of you may have heard of her. Her name is Hope, and this is also inspired by some other poems that I think we're going to hear tonight. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. You may have heard of her once upon a time. Her name is Hope, and some say she's hanging on by a rope, but they've got the wrong idea from paying attention to the media. You think Hope is quiet and only held in whispers that we keep private. An ephemeral child, soon to be reviled, Gentile and easily broken. Oh, my friend, how you've misspoken. Let me introduce you to the beast you've awoken. Don't misunderstand her as some angry token. She is a woman wild, spitting out another tooth as she smiled, giving renegade aid in a riot, a bloody knuckle political pirate, driving red-throated lizards to insomnia with real love's hysteria. This is my friend Hope, and she does more than just cope. She refuses to hear that final bell chime, signaling the end of democracy time. Thank you. And what Kimberly was saying earlier about where I've been, if you don't know, I've been all the way from Western North Carolina. I've been working on a disaster relief team for the past month over there. Let me guarantee you guys, if you are donating anything, money, clothes, time, whatever, I can guarantee you it is getting the people out there who desperately need it, and they're going to keep needing it. So keep giving if you are. So let's get on with our first reader. You know him. You love him. Everybody give it up for Jason.
You said it's a hard limit, and I am. About a month ago, Kimberly, who you just saw recently, held a workshop for members, little plug. And I missed it because I wrote the wrong time on my calendar like a bum. But I don't know, consider this my makeup homework. The theme was poems of the moment, so. Our mouths mere inches apart, might as well be a mile. I'm out of breath either way. When builders bridge chasms, they start on either side, meet in the middle, but to start would be to let this moment die. Electric. All capacity for potential for gone. No more intermingled crystal breaths fogging my glasses, rosying our cheeks, and I could build a home here. In the hollow between us, solid frame, roaring hearth. I could live a lifetime in the seconds it takes for either of us to decide, but I know it will collapse. Nothing's built to last. Like every metaphor, this moment will crumble and give way to the next. So I will let it settle on my fingertip until, having rested, it finds a reason to fly on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason, for giving us the reason to fly on.
Aww.
And I want to give another thank you to Straight to L and the staff here. Without them, we couldn't host this amazing event for everybody every month. And a reminder to tip your lovely staff tonight. They work hard to take care of everybody, so make sure to take care of them. Your next reader is Dylan.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. So this poem is about disappointment, mostly in yourself, but it can be for anything. Truly, foolish is he who scrolls on apps, searching for a self-image without the hurt. Undeserving even of table scraps, yet he keeps on begging for dessert. Adamant, filled with hubris, winning all life, while failing to grasp the truth of all strife. Truly a fool is he who, in spite of his own heart, entrusts his soul to what must fall apart. Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan. So, Out Loud Huntsville, what are we? We're a nonprofit. What does that mean? We need donations.
Yeah.
So you can donate here tonight, up here up front, or you can donate online on our website, outloudhuntsville.com. Yeah, so if you're not donating to Western North Carolina, or you can donate to us. And your next reader is Sadie.
Okay, this piece is called Christmas Time. The great black hall, it reminds me of it all. The red candle and the green flannel, the chimes that sound like Christmas rhymes, and Santa coming down the chimney at Christmas time. With big chores and lots of snores, cookies for Santa and lots of decor, a tree with lots of ornaments that sound like accordion, and a star at the top of the tree that shimmers like the moonlight on a summer night. Christmas time is more for joy.
Thank you, Sadie. I think joy is something we could all use a lot more of right now.
Yeah.
Your next reader up is Chelsea.
So, warning, this one does deal with domestic abuse and sexual assault. What a wonderful world. I come from a nuclear family where no voices are raised, and meat tenderizers are only used to make meat tender, not flesh. I never walked home from school in fear of finding my mom dead. I'm a wife in a nuclear family. I have a sweet family who love and respect each other's boundaries. We don't push boundaries. I've never been shaken like a rag doll or bruises, marbling my shoulders and arms. I've never had my lovers split my lip in rage. I've never been touched without consent, allowed to sleep my alcohol consumption off before getting behind the wheel. I was never a victim of patriarchy. I was never abused at the hands of masculinity. I live in a world where we vote for virtuous leaders and trust them to keep our country's morality. I live in a world that is black and white, but never gray. Never gray. I live in a world where women don't vote their rights away. I live in a world where we don't push our beliefs on our neighbors, but approach them with empathy. I live in a world where people do the right thing, not for show, but without thought to the consequences for themselves, but just to do it because it's the right thing to do. I live in a world where Christianity is losing its power for evil, but gives without expecting anything in return. A Christianity that gives love, because that is what Jesus would do. I live in a world where dictators never come to power. Their character is shown before they can take leadership. I live in a world where we can see through rhetoric, propaganda, and lies. I live in a world where bad men are bad men, not bad men coated in sheep's wool. I live in a world where good always triumphs over evil, where being good isn't a double-edged sword, where being good is rewarded, where people come together to lift each other up rather than step upon each other. I live in a world where we love our neighbors, not persecute them because they think differently. I live in a world where love triumphs over hate. I live in a world where empathy triumphs over sympathy.
Yeah.
I don't actually have another poem, but I do host a Form for Therapy workshop, and the next one's this Thursday at the South Huntsville Library in the conference room from 5:30 to 7:30 if anybody wants to learn how to use forms.
Thank you, Chelsea, for being brave enough to share that. And thank you for something I forgot. This is an all ages audience, so if you're going to come up here and read something that has a little bit more of an adult content, give us a little trigger warning. Provide some time if there are any little ones in the room to cover their ears or get out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. As long as you watch your language. And your next reader is Elle, I believe.
Hello, everyone. My poems may not reflect it tonight, but I am fucking pissed at the world as it currently stands.
Hell
So,
yeah.
stay tuned in a month or two, and we'll see if I've worked out those emotions.
Double hell yeah.
The first one I've titled A Visit with Mom. The family dog groans as I set her perpetual puppy body on my lap. Her once raven fur, now tarnished silver. She settles with a huff. Mom's laughter cracks in my ears. What does she have to sigh about, she asks. Wiry fur runs through my fingers, silver wrapping over and under my knuckles. She tells me not for the first time to let my hair grow long. I look up to see fingers slender and joints that I almost mistake for my grandmother's, twisting the same silver in my mom's hand. With a passive smile, I say, maybe. The second one, a bit of a content warning for death of a loved one. I titled it 5 More Minutes. A sinkhole caved in my stomach when your head cracked on the concrete. The foundations of our mortal youth revealed to be shifting sands, so I can't help but sink to my knees. World spirals out around me, and your eyes try to follow those invisible lines circling out and out and out and out. And later in the hospital, you said you wanted 5 more minutes there to rest on the cold floor, to dream a little bit longer. I couldn't help but laugh. I released a long-held breath and said, "It's funny. I was also dreaming about 5 more minutes." Thank you.
Thank you. And if you guys are continuing to feel generous, this upcoming Tuesday, December 3rd, is what's becoming known as Giving Tuesday. It's an international day of generosity where people all over the world are giving to their favorite nonprofits or other organizations. In the spirit of this, the Montessori School of Huntsville is hosting an event where there will be fundraising for not only themselves, but also a school affected all the way in Boone, North Carolina, the Mountain School. The Montessori education, that kind of school can feel very insular. So these funds are going to help them rebuild and engage with their community around them. This is, again, December 3rd. You can get online at Montessori Huntsville. Yeah, Montessori Huntsville, their website. Or if you want more information, you can email grace@montessorihuntsville.org. And your next reader is Elizabeth.
Hello. I wrote a new poem.
Yeah.
This is a big deal for me because been a bit of a dress girl. All right. This is called The Desert Shows Up. The desert follows me into the cafe like an ex-boyfriend who knows my shift ends at midnight. It's work remembering why we can't be together. The wrinkle across your forehead, emergent streaks of gray in your wavy black hair, and you're wearing that chili pepper t-shirt I got you for Christmas. Sometimes I pretend this is a temporary gig. A 3-day drive east to Alabama, just south of the Tennessee line. Where maybe there's a place we can afford to live till our strength fails. Where we plant marigolds and calendula from seed and learn by accident the purpose of sacrificial crops. That grow without coaxing and are eaten away by no-name caterpillars, against the backdrop of sleepy foothills folks call mountains. I tell myself they bear you a slight resemblance. But recently, I've seen the sky lit up as tidal waves descend on neighboring forests, the wind splitting trees at any hour and near enough. This chastening helps me forget the ache of you, how you withheld clouds for months on end, knowing my need, but oh, the momentary euphoria of rain when it fell on us. You pretend that you haven't noticed who's behind the bar, with your ticket printed on a cup, but it's good to see you. Midway to closing, the cicadas drown out music that plays on the patio. The door to your Camaro hangs open, and the beaten copy of Brothers Karamazov lies upside down on the dashboard. It's not simple. We are not young. Your dark eyes look up, a fiery sunset, a backlit marquee announcing all the hits of a long-standing residency in the execution of a mild smile, you little faker. Dream desert, why'd you come all this way just to hear me say no? As if that's what I wanted. In reality, this is Waffle House. And now we're loitering in the parking lot. All the cafes downtown are closed. The born and raised are in bed, done bemoaning the loss of our absence for one day. I get it. I could cry about being here too. Go back to the desert, we whisper to ourselves. And there you are, in a vision. The country is slipping away, we lament, as with everything we hold in our hands and call ours.
Yeah.
One short poem, because my family's here, and I'm so glad to have them here from out of town. For my book, and you know, poets aren't good at selling things, but I will tell you, I have copies if you want to buy one. They're $10. I have Venmo. Okay. Sleepers. I call to you in sleep by the name written when words were atmospheric, woven in the deep. I have given you a vision, returning in pieces, resolving light into a likeness, the found poem past clouds where vague irrelevance blankets everything the mind conjures for itself. This is not of you, but for you. Speak it, as poems are to be spoken. They are like the laborer in the field, trips over treasure in the open, the word first, then the light, then the likeness taken up. Drop what you have gathered in the attempt to stay, the steel point of loneliness will not claim you. Along routes of cast stones, along endless desert sand, and should you arrive at the symposium, corridors inlaid with pearls, should you find yourself, sojourner, dispossessed of a common language, in cities of hostile observance, or among their milder companions, I am with you. Life, upending death, upending life. Wake, beloved, wake.
Yeah.
Waffle House. So, after all that giving on Giving Tuesday, and the US and the nonprofit, and the Western North Carolina, you still have more money that you just don't know what to do with. There's this beautiful gray little merch card up here at the front. It has merchandise, things you can spend money on, notebooks that you can write poetry in. And then you can come up here and you can read it, and then you'll be on stage. Wow, isn't that cool? And our next reader, he's not the hero that the city needs. He's the hero the city deserves. Batman?
I am Batman. No, just kidding. My name is actually Ray. It's my second time here, first time up at the stand. I did not make the sign up last time, so. I appreciate the school for the short people like me. This one is called The Lie. It's a beacon of light and false hope that shines like a galaxy in the center of a black hole. One single point of light that lures you in amongst the torment. The scent carries towards you on the solar winds. It's intoxicating. It drags you forwards with gentle, slow gravity. It's perfect. It is, you think, the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. Get drunk on your own destruction, it proclaims. Get wasted on a Bolivian. There's no sweeter taste. If you martyr yourself on the cross and suffer the whole way, if you go up in a blaze of self-immolated glory, you will be nothing in the end, but for one glorious, glorious second, you will shine brighter than all the stars in the universe combined. I have traveled those 1,000 light years to the point of no return. I have stumbled and shambled, drained beyond all recognition to grasp for that mirage. I took the pill without food or water and swallowed it hungrily, gaping, starving. My translucent fingertips reached for the promise that burned so darkly it eclipsed everything else in my vision and rendered me blind. 1 inch, half an inch, 2 centimeters. 1. Can you hear the siren song? Can you taste the whisper of death upon your chapped, desperate lips? If you step behind the event horizon, it murmurs, you will become nothing, and in nothing, you will find meaning. It's the perfect life. It's the forbidden fruit of Eden. If you fuck everything up for yourself in the most brilliant way possible and go out in a blaze of glory, then that's got to be more worth than what your life is right now, right? It's bright. It's flashy. It's perfect. Bonus points if it's for a cause. If you can figure yourself out to nothing until you're just a whisper on the wind, if you can just leave only the work of your hands behind, you don't have to deal with the logistics of being imperfect. You don't have to bear the burden of being human and being alive. If you can just slip into that space between being alive and being nothing, if you can functionally be dead but still suffer through everything, you will become holy. You will be hallowed. You will be Midas, freezing eternally, starving, yet never dead. Eventually, you will consume yourself. My heart, my friend, my sibling, my child, my love. Lean in close, that I may whisper into your ear. My finger was a centimeter from the event horizon when the whole mirage faltered. And for a single half second, I saw that the entire statue I raised to my own destruction was wrought of smoke. My hand would have passed right through. There is no honor inherent to suffering. There is no glory in snuffing your own candle out. Look at me. Your grand mansions of self-destruction, all you have done to perfectly ruin your things for yourself in a flashy show of facetious wealth, all of it is built upon foundations of salt and of sand. Look at me. Listen. Every ounce of hope that I have clawed from the rubble with my bare hands is worth infinitely more than the shambling shadows of that which I once dedicated my life to. If you can't live for yourself, live for the sake of the people who love you. If you can't find those, live for your pets. On got to find something and cling to it like a lifetime. Take the smallest things and better yourself for them. One day, you will settle in the center of a galaxy you discovered yourself, cradled by a warm cloud of stardust and surrounded by billions of luminous reasons to keep it going. You will look at that black hole, billions of light years away, and you will see the light of temptations shining in the middle of it. It will be infinitely weak and flimsy, next to the light that you have built. You may not even see it anymore, outshined as it is by the glow you radiate. I promise this, with all that I am, it is not so terrible a thing to continue living.
Let's hear it again for a first-time reader. We love first-time readers here at Out Loud. Our next reader, I believe, is also a first-time reader. Hannah?
Correction, I'm not a first-time reader.
So good.
Maybe don't give the applause and the attention anyway. So this is a poem for stalking your ex on Google, because you never do that, right? Anyways, a poem for stalking your ex on Google. I can feel my body restless, my mind a caged, rabid animal thrashing its body against the metal bars of my skull, whimpering. I have to give in. I begin the shuffling of my Rolodex of names only I know. Every ex-lover, ex-friend, ex-colleague, hunting for the shrapnel that will hurt me. For the proof that every horrible thought I whisper to myself is true. I look at the new cars and houses, the wedding photos and promotions until the images sear burn marks into my retinas. Once I'm in the loop, I can't stop. The way addicts slam smack into their veins in some burnt-out motel, I type your name into my search bar. And I read the poem you wrote. And though you go by a different name now, it doesn't make me sad, because everyone who knew me when I knew you has long faded out of my life. No, it hurts because the poem you wrote is so good and so much better than anything I have ever written. And I hate you for it because it makes me remember deep inside why I loved you all those years ago. Because you were the better writer and you pushed me to be better, but you also pushed me past what I could do. Like tires spinning in the mud, at a certain point I couldn't go where I couldn't go. The last time we spoke, I told you to fuck off because you never stopped being that 17-year-old girl crying in her driveway. And when I see all my ex-friends get the promotions and move on with their life, I assume their success is because they shed the dead weight that was me. That ex-boyfriend is proof, and so is the job rejection. And when you lay it out and you stack it up, the evidence is undeniable, an inconvenient truth. And all I can do is let the tears roll off onto my keyboard. Thank you.
Sorry about that, I can't read your notebook. I'm blind, in case you haven't noticed. Our next reader said yes, they were a first-time reader. Everybody give it up for Max Beck.
I've always had complicated feelings with religion, so I decided to write my feelings down.
Yeah.
This is called Temple's Keeper. My body is a temple. It's decrepit, full of cobwebs and mice. Something unknown lives here. Its thousands of eyes stalk the halls, living in the cracks other followers have left. Nobody has visited in decades. The burnt tributes have long decomposed. The statue, once grand and of mighty marble, is now stained with the blackened grease of infidels. Other heretics call it a monster, a protector of a lost god. They'll whisper about the amalgamation of corrupted prayers. Every now and then, one comes up, quivering in fear, to ask the monster, why protect a deity who is lost and long dead? It's not like they're answering your daily prayers, not hearing your whispers of gratitude when you burn your daily bread. If the warrior had a mouth, it would say, because I am their favorite lamb. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next reader is Max.
Yeah, appreciate that. Just to let you know beforehand, I'm selling some stuff, like even some verses that I've spit here on some stuff I recorded over some music over there. And so if y'all want to get some of that, you can. And I'm also selling some of my friend's stuff because he's going through a hard time, and half of the money goes to him, so yeah, whatever. This first one was written about a person, but honestly, it could really be, meant for anything, to be honest. So, all right, here it goes. The sound of the chimes always puts me at ease and gives me a reason to believe that the breeze would always be there. The sound they make is so beautiful. From time to time, they feel my dreams, but stay dormant in my nightmares. To be honest, sometimes I wish that sound would just die or disappear there, so I can live without despair of the potential of losing them one day. Alluring is the spell. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do a different one because I forgot that one. No fresh air out there, so the vessel where I'm nestled is for my safety, but can also feel like a prison that I'm trapped in, when exiting is forbidden. On a mission where the journey is focused so much on finding new life forms, forgotten is the life we formed, of the lives we helped to form. Outside, another solar storm is approaching, trying to blind me with its flare, and I could care less, regardless of what happens here. The thought still crosses my mind. Will any part of my journey be remembered by the ones I try so hard to find?
Thank you, Max. Y'all go check out his stuff in the back after this is over. Another thing about Max is he's read here before, and he's in another little thing that's up here on our merch cart called the Anthology. Being an Out Loud, every year we do an anthology of different pieces and poems that people have read throughout the year. Now, anybody, whether you're a member or not, can submit to the anthology at the end of the year. But when do submissions open, you might be asking? Well, they open today. So, anything you've read this year at any Out Loud event is eligible for the anthology.
Anything.
Anything, Jason, anything. You can submit your, email your submissions to president@outloud.com. I think it's running until December 20th. So this open mic and the next one are your last two chances this year, I believe, to get something into that anthology, but anything you read. Now this next reader, no big deal. Nobody's really heard of her before, I guess. I don't know. It's just the founder and president, Kimberly. Oh, not that Kimberly. Okay. Well, this other person. It's my first time, y'all. I'm so the other Kimberly, I'm so sorry wherever you are.
Okay, like the other lady, I have a dry spell, a long dry spell. I literally haven't written anything new in years. So I ran across my notebook.
all together, only to find halfway through and realize pieces are missing. Tired of being the complete package, trying to see the best in him, while he probes me with a fluorescent light like CSI's investigators. Tired of going for it, to be told I'm overqualified. Tired of feeling like I'm too strong, too needy, too ready, too something. Tired of testing prototypes that never go into production. I'm tired of looking at the menu, adding up the cost, placing my order, but all that comes is the appetizer. Tired of leaving tips, but the service never improves. I'm tired, but it's hard to rest in the darkest night that seems to have no end. These are pieces I've never read in public. This one is called Alone. The other day, I heard this guy say he was the breakup expert. Just call him and he will give you pointers on how to break up with someone. Well, I wonder if he could help me, because this guy named Alone just won't leave me alone. Others have tried, but they seem to get alone, confused with loneliness. And although they do hang out together, they are not one and the same. I've tried to move on several times, but Alone hangs around like stale air. Friendship came over a few times, and love, he hung around for a little while, and he said he truly cared about me. But a lifetime with me, he just couldn't see. And when he left, there was Alone, waiting for me on bended knee. A lifetime with him, that's just not what I want to see. But I fear I've grown comfortable in complacency and consistency. You see, it's him that I know, and more than any other, he seems to be completely committed to me. I'm Kimberly Remus.
So Kimberly has also been in some of our mythologies in the past years. You can check out last year's or way back. We have multiple years in the merch card over here. Now this next reader is a first-time reader. So let's hear it nice and loud and proud for Victoria, everybody.
I've got three, but they're short, so first one's called Outside. When I run away, will you come find me? Tell me there's no place you'd rather be. Stay with me outside, and we'll sit and breathe the velvet night. I'll come out if you'll come in. No less dark, but a bit less dim. This next one is called Split, and it's about my friend and I's D&D characters. Did you know I'd made a room for you in my house beside the sea, with your true name on the door, the one you told to me? But hope has made a fool of me, and love made one of you, to think that I was happier safe than by your side. Now I'll consume the world, but if you call to me, to feed that empty room, I'll come down. For our hearts split open, yours is the only voice. Now my house is a tomb that can soften my steps. This last one's called If I Was a Worm. I would find you lonesome and cut you open to find the knotworm inside you that I can accept, and ignore how you writhe under my knife, unable to scream. I would find a new love of worm kind and hold each one gentler because they're like you. I would change myself into a worm to live the rest of my days in dirt and bliss with you.
Keep it going for another first time. I think we've all wondered what would happen if we were a worm. Now this next reader has been up here before. Everybody give it one.
I have 3 poems today, so I'm going to make it snappy. The first one, we're starting off strong with, the creation of sin is a heavy burden to place on the shoulders of young girls. And that's it, thank you. We are not born in sin, so forget what they say about being woman. Small girls will grab scissors to cut away the hair that no longer serves them. That's a woman's intuition. We did not create sin. I want to love how I want and know that I am never too much. Hair falls gently to the ground around me like petals off of flowers. She is always within me, shedding the things that no longer serve her. Oh, how we never change, except in how we're reflected in a mirror. You're doing fine, girl. You're okay, girl. The bite of an apple cannot create sin, girl. You are free, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. The second one is called Southern Sun. If I die tomorrow, bury me where the sweet grass grows, nestled under the giant oak tree by the creek my dad played in. The leaves gently whispering as you work the land in my honor. Till the soil that runs red with the blood of my father's father, until beads of sweat roll down your back. Let the shovel slice through the earth while the cicadas drone on in the background until you become one harmonious congregation. Sing softly as you work the hymnals you learned in church, our peaceful parting words. There is comfort in them for this heathen. And when it is time, you will know. When it is time, gently lower me with my face turned to the sky so that I may see the good, golden, promising light one final time.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my last one. It is called To the Women That Run with the Wolves.
Yeah.
Some of you probably are familiar with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Take me into the woods with you and let me crawl under your fur where it is warm and sweaty and musty. Oh, disclaimer, there's language. Okay. Teach me how to roll around in the dirt like something feral under the moonlit sky. I want to be filthy, repulsive, unfuckable, all the words someone can muster against women they cannot tame. To be those words and more, to be nothing and everything. Like a forgotten god holding constellations in the palm of their hand, I am watercolors bleeding together into something beautiful. But for this brief time on earth, I can be a disgusting woman, a dirty woman, a bitch. I am a woman who runs with the wolves.
Yeah.
Thank you. Those were awesome. Let's hear it again. So, you may have heard me mention something about membership. So what does that mean? Well, being a nonprofit, you can become a member for $25. And what does being a member get you? Well, first it gets you access to the workshops you heard Jason mention at the very beginning. It also gets you access to our Discord server where you get to communicate and talk with a whole network of writers in this community. It's really awesome, a lot of awesome conversations and networking and workshopping goes on there. And you also get this awesome t-shirt that I'm wearing.
Good, my
Look at it, it's so cool! And let's go ahead and give it up for your next reader, Beth Call.
Hello, lovely creatures. Episode M. The night is calling so strong, hard to turn away, her presence so close, and always out of reach, staring at the door, afraid to leave, terrified to stay, shaking, trembling. The night is calling so strong, can't turn away, her presence so
Close, almost within reach, staring at the sky, afraid to leave, terrified to stay. The night is here. Flesh cold and burning hot she leaves, nothing left but surrender. The altar, dark and bleak, gleaming in starlit haze, her voice wrapped in velvet, her words whiskey-soaked hunger, tears and rends the heavens, tears and rends the flesh. Tomorrow made sacrifice tonight, upon night-drenched stone tonight, always tonight. Storekeeper. Pain, the messenger, a clarion call telegraphing the moment into Kurt. The loudspeaker gives pain a voice, broadcasting the moment to wake. Trauma, the ghost who remembers every pain, who recalls every hurt in perfect, saturated detail. In perfect, exaggerated detail. Compels, tears the solace to flow unbidden, wrap the hurt, swaddle the pain, and in a bright burst of actualized death, slowly rocking until the tide breaks and numbness, sweetest relief, drains the last light out of the day.
Yeah.
Wrapped. The night is thrumming, humming, pounding out a song, a call to run, embrace the electric darkness spreading out before the cling-clang run of tortured thoughts, never looking back, faint, then fall, heave a ragged breath, surrender again and again and again and again till the last toxin is bleached dry, the last tear bleached white, a slow unspooling, drowns out the world, quiet eeks back in, crawling, whisper soft, the world resolved, the pulse slows, falls in line beyond the window, down the street, just beyond reach, the jingle, jingle call of the night is thrumming, humming, pounding out a song.
Yeah.
I am not here, and neither are you. All right, well, no matter where we are, our next reader up is Brian D.
All right, I got 3 quick poems for you. This first one is called Half Stepper. How nice it must be to slip away in the reeds, to change spots on the dock based on preference, not needs. Cosplaying in lives, clumsily stomping through cultures, constantly consuming, construing, and regurgitating like vultures. Methinks the jig is up. Just run the fucking numbers. Your tough talk got dog walked from the backwoods to the suburbs. There is a fatal internal error that my mind just can't compute. How does one scream kill your master yet still clean and lick his boots? You must be privy to the loot getting cut in on the side. That's the only answer I'll abide to why you aborted love and pride. 1 time is a mistake, 3 times is a trend. Now we all have a seat at the table, complicit in the tyranny of men. Thank you. All right, this one is called A Witch Left Off the Pyre. I can't act like it's gonna get better after it gets worse. But a very wise man once spit the verse, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So I look at this like a catalyst and less like a curse. Another even wiser man once said, you want it to be one way, but it's the other way. Now not to drown you with quotes, but I'm pushing that hope. It's all that some have and some have even less than those. But a key thing to remember every 4 years in November is that the path set before us will not be walked alone. It is not our fault. It's just our turn. And hell hath no fury like a witch left unburned.
Yeah.
All right. This last one is called In Defense of Sandcastles.
Okay.
They come from far and wide to trace a kingdom on a formless plain. Prince and pauper both alike, them hands are dirty all the same. Fragile fingers fiddle at their finest Sisyphus impersonation, attacking decay, gaining the day, and fading away from all perception. Crescendos on the shore like children without chores on summer break, terrorizing ant piles because they're bored, numb enough to watch the wine turn back to water every time these tiny thrones are monuments to beauty's fearful final form. What hubris it takes just to exist, to witness these horrors yet still insist, convinced that all of this is really it. I think that now I finally get why the caged bird still sings. Thank you.
The witch may have gone and burned, but somebody was cooking the night. All right, so your next reader, everybody give it up for first-time reader Sarah.
Hi, I've been stressing out because I'm not actually a first-time reader. I just didn't read the instructions all the way.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I like you.
Okay. Sorry. I am not a whim. I'm an ice age that could bury alive every memory, destroying the ones that break down, but preserving the details that beg the question 1 millennia from here. Who was she? Who adorned her in gold? Who buried her with her knees drawn up to her chest, a crown of bones, her weighty armor? Who was she? And did they love her? I am not a whim. I'm a wordless song, a droning from a crone with her language long dead, begging again the question, who was she and who taught her to sing from the no-access point of her weathered soul? Who was she? I am not a whim. I am not a warning. I am not a savior. I am not a battleground. I am not a weapon. I am not the dam you built to keep the rapids from drowning your village. I am not a lesson. I'm not a crutch. I'm not a whim. Me, I, she, I am force, entropy. I am the last line of your favorite song, the tightening of your throats and the red behind your eyes. I am not a whim.
Yeah.
You grew in the crossroads of mercy and severity, of joy and envy. Another creeping, crawling thing, ink turned over, tip-tapping from the writer's desk, tip-tapping on the porcelain floor, tip-tap, tick-tock. Goodbye, little fish, and so mote it be. Goodbye, bullet, goodbye, brass, and so mote it be.
Thank you. Love the fit, by the way. Now, if you love what we're doing here and what all we've got going on here, being a nonprofit, we have this thing called a board. I'm on the board as the secretary for this year. A couple of people you've seen read tonight are also on the board. If you want to get involved in this awesome thing we have going on here, we have board elections coming up at the end of the year. They open on December 1st, and if you want to nominate yourself or anybody else you know that you think is absolutely awesome, you can email your nomination to president@outloudhsp.com, and those will go on till the 20th, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, and everybody give it up for your next reader. You know her, you love her, Maya.
What the fuck, Lucas? It's so good to see you. It's one of my best friends. So this has like one cuss word in it. It doesn't have a title. Sorry. This ground is fertile. Rich, dark, loam, wet, even without rain, its moisture, all self-sustained with rot, the root of all that's living.
Do not tell me it is salted ground, raised, burned, and worthless. This is the birthplace of everything west and north. The breadbasket of history is blood-soaked, and those born into its red clay soil are well aware it's in our bones, our souls we know. And we've seen creeks crisscross the land choked and stagnant with leaves, many seasons thick with the bodies of dead things, the flesh falling away, the bone exposed and soft with mold of many colors. The bones are layered and ancient, worn down with water like the mountains. And her earth, woman who bore me, was fertile long before I came, and in pleasure an earlier seed was sown, was barely grown and never fully made. Like I pull up honeysuckle, newly rooted, that would leach up the living from all that could come. She took it from her womb, left the ground for that which would be her daughter's. And if she'd let it grow, push head out and open new green leaves, poor thing, loved, would brown and wither on the vine, the honey souring with youthful gardening, sapped up the sweetness of the soil, cursed the sky to dryness, and we would never have opened into the sun, aster and morning glory. It is not the fault of the earth or the root or the water or the seed. Do not tell me the sins of this soil. The gardeners weep. They see them in the creeks, the wet red clay, the growing things choked with leaves softening to black, all those that did not fruit and will not go to flower by the millions. They push their hands in to turn the rotting things. The worms are glistening, turning death to shit, to life, fingers an inch down and tipped with seed. My hands among these, next to my mother's, our fingernails are filthy. Forgive me if I do not want to leave it. This place is thick with so much living. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya. It's been about 6 months since she's seen me, and 10 minutes before this started, she thought I was all the way in Boone. Everybody give it up for your next 3-year Bohana.
Okay, well, sunglasses again. My glasses are, reading glasses are on the way from the repair. That there is one point that I have not written, actually, but I do want to share it with you. My son sent it to me from somebody far away, in the war-torn country. What is home? It is the shade of trees on my way to school, before they were uprooted. It is my grandparents' black and white wedding photo, before the walls crumbled. It is my uncle's prayer rug, where dozens of ants slept on wintry nights before it was looted and put in a museum. It is the oven my mother used to bake bread and roast chicken before a bomb reduced our house to ashes. It is the cafe where I watch football matches and play. My child stops me. Can a 4-letter world hold all of these? So the person that wrote it is 31-year-old, my son is same age, 31-year-old Mossab Abu Toha from Palestine. But I just thought maybe it's something you appreciate.
Yeah.
I wrote this one. The best poem, unfinished, never written, out of reach, elusive, smitten, brave, in waiting, gestating, going away and returning, to be expressed yearning, in us invisible spaces turning, the one that never sleeps, the one that all secrets keeps, the one that thunders and roars, to depth dives and to heights soars, the one that has been lost and forgotten, the one that never calls, the one banished and beaten, the one that has perfect melody and rhythm, the one with a universal soul, that can write no one but all, securely tucked and hidden, away to stay, away, tucked and hidden. The best poem, unfinished, never written.
Thank you so much for sharing those. And let's keep it going, everybody, for your next reader, Emma Norris.
Hi. This one's called I'm a Lighthouse Keeper. Broken lock and dilapidated steps. Setting to work, I clean up the messes of those who came before me. Too busy wiping little faces and stirring bubbling pots. The cobwebs and the dust accumulated. Mead woven into rugs, intellectual brains pouring into needlework. The pinpricks and the time ticks. Generations lost at sea. The deed is mine, and light I can ignite. Dust kicking up, dreams suppressed. I'll make an altar and light a candle for every one of you. The flame will grow, oxygenating until the wick catches and fills the lamp. Lost ships will come to our harbor, docking at last. Come to rest and rot, fertilizing the flower boxes of herb garden. Our daughter's hands collects and smells the birth and death of generations before her. Little lighthouse keeper. One curse word? No, trigger warning. Rights I didn't know I needed, raised to believe men binding my wrist was holy. The order of things, my whole being vibrates with generational screams, ripping my womb apart at the seams. I didn't know the importance of apron strings tied and untied, sashes gone, and lace boots marching the streets. For me, I've learned the secret of midwives, of gentle door knocks asking, what do you need? I'm the sex of empathy, deep-planted anger that propels my feet and opens my eyes. Rights I didn't know I needed, but have become interwoven into the fabric of my skin. Try and peel it off me, I fucking dare you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And one last reminder before our final reader of the evening, anything that you guys have read here tonight or at any point this year for Out Loud at any of our events is eligible for the anthology. Those submissions open today and close December